Okay, I'm here with.
Mark Morrison, senior, 21, on the track team, long jumper.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, where you grew up, and how you identify racially and culturally?
Well, I grew up in Orlando, Orlando, Florida. I've been there my whole life. Culturally, I'm African American Italian, but really we only celebrate my Italian side. We don't really know much where my dad's from. And how I identify myself, well, really I identify myself as black because I'm more on the darker side sometimes, but no one really sees me as white. Some people would ask me, oh, your mom's black this, but really she's white and Italian. So, yeah, that's just how I identify myself in the streets.
Okay. How would you describe your communication style? Are you more verbal, nonverbal in expressing yourself?
Well, recently, I just got told the other day that I don't express myself a lot. Just from conversations with, friends, girlfriend, family. They say I should express myself more because I'm just more of a laid-back person. I communicate. I'll express how I'm feeling, but not like when I need to.
Good answer.
What?
Who are the people you communicate with the most in your daily life? How would you describe those relationships?
So first I gotta start with this really annoying person. I'm just kidding. My favorite person of all time, Jayla Ash, you know what I'm saying? We talk probably the most. She's my girl, and all I'm saying, she's my favorite. But we communicate very well. Always, we're still working on stuff like that, but we're getting better as time goes on. Family, of course. My boy Casey, we communicate. We just really talk about sports and all that, but...
Who's Casey to you?
Casey's my dog, bro. That's my best friend. We've been roommates since freshman year. Same events. Yeah. We're always having fun, but if you really talk about communicating, it's really Jayla and my family. Because those are the people I talk to the most.
Okay, now we're going to get into some deeper questions.
Oh, God, I guess.
How do you identify racially, and how has that shaped the way you communicate with others?
Great question. Well, let's see. Ever since high school, I really didn't have a lot of black people growing up. I was surrounded by white people a lot, or the Caucasians.
What school did you go to?
I went to Bishop Moore Catholic in Orlando, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Broke some records there. Shout out to O. But anyway, yeah, I was always surrounded by white people. Never could really, I guess, not really my black side, but I guess be myself how I know it could be. But once I got to UConn and I was surrounded more by black people, I got to be myself and just have more fun when I was here. And I was more open to everything. I learned a lot here. Learned from different cultures, like church. Like I go to a, white Hispanic church. I never really heard of a so-called black church where they be
Baptist church?
Baptist church. I literally said so-called.
Yeah, but it's called a Baptist.
Baptist church where they be, the stereotype, they be there for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Okay.
I'm just saying, that's what I heard. That's what people be telling me. I'm just saying. But I learned a lot, though, from people here. And I'm really glad I went to a place like this.
Side note, my church is only 30 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not saying all churches are like that, but from the stories I've heard, 75% are.
Good?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
next
good.
question. Growing up, did you feel like you communicated differently with different sides of your family? Can you share and explain? Like, for example, you did say your dad is black, like the black side, and your mom is white and Italian. How do you talk to, like, your mom's family and, like, your grandpa and your uncle that you met?
Well, up until going into my junior year, I only met one person on my dad's family, so I don't really know how I'd react, like hanging out with them fully. But on my mom's side, I mean, me and my dad and my sister are the only black people there, so I mean, it's really hard to I don't even know.
Do you feel like that's affected you in any way?
No, because I still act myself, and they just have to deal with it. But like if I acted like how I act around here, they'd probably be like, "What?" But I still normal. But I don't know. I don't be saying certain stuff around them because they'll probably look at me weird.
Do you think you would be judged?
I don't know. My parents, like, for example, my mom, she swear. My mom swears she grew up with a lot of black people. And me and my dad laugh at her all the time because she didn't. And she'd be judging me and my dad sometimes. So I probably think we'd be judged for sure. But not like they like, oh, what are they doing? Like just off of like pure instinct.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question.
Okay.
Have you ever felt like you had to adjust your communication style depending on who you were around? How does that affect your interactions?
I don't know if I have to change my communication style, but when I first got here and then I went back home, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just like being at school more. I don't know, just talking to people here was just so much better. Like, I just felt like, I don't know. Like, I felt like myself at home, but it just felt just normal here.
Do you think that's because it's like more diverse here?
Yeah, probably, because like I said, Bishop Moore was just, there was like a handful of black people. I mean, there was just on the football team, a couple on the basketball team with me, like 2 on the track team with me, so.
And did you stay closer with them or did you still branch out?
I mean, I was friends with everybody, so I mean, I'm an outgoing person, so it's just still friends with everybody. I don't discriminate.
Okay. How do people typically perceive you in a social or professional setting based on your racial background? Have you ever had a negative misunderstanding because of it?
I've never had a negative misunderstanding because my dad always taught me people are going to look at you differently because of your skin. So he always taught me like great manners, always be respectful, and don't do stuff that's going to get you judged. And how people perceive me though, I don't know, people just think I'm happy, smiley. People have called me pretty teeth before, so I mean, it's just a happy guy, just out here living, just out here enjoying life, because I know life's too short to be all stressed and all that.
Do you think you've ever been judged for being biracial?
I mean, not that I've noticed, but I probably have. I mean, it's probably happened to everybody that's been biracial. I mean, they used to think my mom was black for like my whole life, even though.
So people assume that your dad was the white one and your mom was the black one.
No, they thought both of them were black.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why they met her a million times. Like every time, your mom's not black? No. Like you see her. Even when she has a tan, she doesn't look that dark. Like, come on, guys.
Okay. Can you describe a time when race played a role in a conversation or conflict you had? How did you handle it?
Has race played a role in a conversation I've had? I don't know. Give me the next question. Give me a new question. I'll come back to that.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
I need to think about that one.
How do discussions about race and identity come up in your close relationships like family, friends, or partners?
Well, my good friend, I'm not gonna say any names, they always like to play the black card, so I'm just kidding. They don't do that, but they do it sometimes. Like, oh, they're only doing this because I'm black. I'm like, all right, guys. I'm like, all right, really?
Oh! Okay. Just keep going.
All right. Anyway, can you see me? And then But with friends, really, they don't really come up as much as you think. Like, I mean, nothing really to talk about. Like, maybe if something happens in the world, we'll talk about it. But other than that, not really. Family, though, like, with my mom being white and having no type of black anything, like, you can see with me, well, I grew out of it, but my sister, like, who has way curlier than hair than me, and she's a girl, so she has to take care of it a lot better than me. Like, my mom doesn't know what she's doing. And it, like, my sister's getting to the point of the age where she wants this, that, and the third, and my mom doesn't know what to do.
And are you referring to like hairstyles or like the way she dresses, or is that what you're
She
talking
just wants to
about?
be like, I don't know. She looks up to these people
Who are you
online.
referring to?
I don't know, but anybody online, she looks up to these strong-minded black women, and she's trying to be like them. And then my mom's not used to that because obviously I didn't really do that because I mean I had no problem. I had curly. I started growing my hair out in 4th grade, so it was just chill for me. But she's a girl, so she has to do more. So.
Do you think your mom is more open now than
Oh,
she was
has to be.
before?
She has to be now.
Yeah, but it's like you have to do things for your kids, but is she open to doing it? Like, is she comfortable doing it?
I mean, she doesn't really do anything. I'm the one that tells her what to do. I'm the one that tells Adriana how to take care of her hair. I barely know how to take care of my own. But, yeah, she's open now. Adriana has braids now. She wants like she wants to get braids like 3 times in the span of like 4 months, whatever that means. But, I mean, she's going into high school now, so she's really trying to express herself, see who she is. So, my mom, you know, she'll probably have some bumps, but she'll get used to it eventually.
Okay, interesting. What are some positive experiences you've had with interracial or intercultural communication? What made them meaningful?
Communication with who?
Like, what is a positive experience like? Because you're mixed, so like, what's a positive experience that you've had come out of that, or like just like with your family? Like, you know how people go outside and they're like, "Oh, you have a beautiful family."
I mean, yeah, people say that all the time. People always love my hair, you know. Fresh curls, you know what I'm saying? Don't give me that face.
You and your family have a saying. What's your saying?
What's our saying? Oh, we the 4 family. That's our saying. We always have t-shirts like that, so. I mean, everyone will say, you know, we're beautiful. Everyone loves Adriana's hair. Time out. All the black women love my mom's hair. It's like gray now. I don't know why. All the old black ladies say, "Oh my God, I love your hair."
Is it pretty silky?
And my dad's bald, you know. Expected. Dad's bald. He used to have hair back in the day, but you know how it gets when you're old. You gotta shave it off. Can't grow a beard like me though. Just saying. Shout out you pops.
Okay, we did skip over a question. The question was, can you describe a time when race played a role in a conversation or conflict you had? How did you handle it? Or maybe like something that your dad has said something to you, or maybe your mom, like, if you don't have an experience.
I don't really have an experience, but they always used to tell me, be careful. Like, every time I went out late, they always were worried for me because of all the stuff that was happening, all the black kids getting killed by cops. Especially told me not to wear hoodies. Like, I don't really wear hoodies like that now, but just because of that, because of all those people dying. But they always just told me, like, from just watching the news, just be careful because of, like, how you look, not just because how you act.
Now, with being biracial, and your skin is a little lighter than typical African Americans,
Lighter. Anyway.
do you feel like you've experienced the same thing as like somebody with the darkened melanin skin than you?
Experience what? Like, experience, like...
You were saying how your parents tell you not to wear like hoodies at night, and talking to the police, and just being careful when you're staying out late, like an experience like that.
Okay, well, as you see me now, I'm not a lighter why are you making that face? I'm not a lighter person. Like I'm basically brown. If you really look at it, I'm really brown skinned. So I feel like no matter what, I'm still gonna experience that because nobody looks at me and says I'm white. They're either saying black or I'm Mexican. I don't know why the Mexican part, but it's whatever. But no one ever looks at me like I'm half white. Unless I tell them and they don't believe me until I show a picture of my mom, and that's still sometimes not convincing. So I feel like I do though.
And how do you handle that? Does it affect you in any way, or does it make you feel some type of way? Like,
it doesn't make me feel some type of way. I just gotta be normal, be calm, be on my P's and Q's, and be respectable. So if that doesn't happen, you don't know how someone's feeling that day. You don't know just what they're gonna do. So you just gotta minimize the interaction. Make sure you do everything right. You follow what they say, and everything will be good.
so you would say you handle conflict well,
Yeah.
because you know the stereotype of just black people in general just being that loud, obnoxious person. Stereotype, mind you. Do you ever get that? Like, do you ever get like those stereotypes or name calling towards you? Have you ever had that experience?
No. Because I'm a chill dude.
As you stated previously, you went to a Catholic school and you're an athlete. How was it being biracial and going to a mostly white school in high school? How was that change, like coming to UConn when you have a black woman as your jumps coach and just more African Americans in that, like, you know?
That's a very interesting question. I like that. And a very long one too. But like I was trying to say before I was interrupted, you know, going into a Catholic school, you know, being one of many, like not handful, but you know, good handful of black athletes. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't really like you can't really connect with everybody as you can, and it was just different. You know, it's predominantly white school, so there's not much culture and stuff. So, and you know, coming here. Oh, also, you know, I had a white coach, so coming here, you know, but more black people on the team, or more black people in general. It was just, you know, not really a culture shock, but you could see how differently people grew up, what their tendency was, and all that. And from the coaching perspective, Coach Ferg, you know, I got to connect more, just talk about stuff. You know, she was in tune with a lot more stuff than, you know, my coaches were at Bishop Moore, because I mean, they're a little on the older side, and they don't listen to the same music or watch the same shows. So, I mean, honestly, coming here, it was for the better. I'm not saying UConn is like this big black school, but I mean, more than my high school had.
It was different from what you came from.
Yeah, it was.
Do you think having those figures here at UConn and just having like a different style of teammates, do you think that's changed you as a person or as an athlete?
I mean, maybe not as an athlete, but as a person, I don't really know. I mean, you could say, I mean, people grow and stuff, and for the better. But, you know, sometimes I like to say, like, I like the people up here more than I like the people back at home. I don't know, just maybe because I actually got to see what it's like to hang around people of my color or whatever, so it was just fun. I mean, not saying people at home are fun, but I get to do more stuff that probably interests me than I can do at home. And, yeah.
This kind of connects back to one of our other questions, but did you ever have an issue like with any of your like teachers in high school, or just like something they said that may have not, well, like something they said that they wouldn't have thought was a problem, but you kind of felt some type of way about it?
No. I never had that, really.
Well, that's good. So you had a close relationship with most of your teachers, or who you
I'm not saying I had a
were
close
surrounded by.
Yeah, I'm not saying I had a close relationship,
But like comfortable.
yeah, it was cool.
That's good.
And most of my teachers were my coaches, though, so.
So it was different when you came here. It was less of the close, tight-knitted school. It was just.
Yeah, because Bishop Moore is a small school, and I'm coming to a big university. Obviously, I'm in lecture halls that are like 300 plus people, so I don't talk to the teachers like that. Just do my work, get A's, 4.0 student, you know.
Do you think being biracial will benefit you in the future?
Let me think about that question. I don't know if it'll benefit me. I think. Well, I don't know how people look in the job market, but I look at all colors the same. So I don't know if it'll benefit me if I'm darker than this person or lighter than this person. I hope it doesn't, because that's just not fair. But if it happens to be like that, I hope it does benefit me though in the long run. But I don't want it to be like that though. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the case, then benefit me.